at the Kirishima Open Air Museum here to check out the MIZUKI Shigeru exhibition that they've got going on here. Apparently it's celebrating the, I think, 20th year anniversary of the opening of this museum. So anyway, we're going to check it out now.
Hey guys and geigers, it's me, Patrick, once again. Just got back from Kagoshima, which is from where I live, because it's farther south, only about an hour, 45 minutes. So I'm like almost equidistant between Kagoshima and Fukuoka. It's a little bit harder to get to like Oita because there's a whole bunch of mountains between us. So you kind of have to go around. And so it takes twice as long to get someplace that's closer, which is crazy. And then we're also not that far from Miyazaki. Happen to be in a pretty, and like Saga is like between here and Fukuoka. So it's like I've got pretty easy access. I can ferry to Nagasaki if I want. Pretty access to anywhere in Kyushu, being right in the middle of Kyushu, the island, which as a name for an island, it's kind of crazy because Kyushu means 9 islands. So I'm talking about the big island, which we call Kyushu. I went to, here's my ticket. It's running until September 23rd. So if anybody happens to be in the Kyushu area, maybe I want to check it out because it's completely different than the last MIZUKI exhibition I went to, which was mostly focused on yokai stuff, like the various yokai. And that had a lot of interesting displays and even made my little daughter cry because she was little and, maybe they were a bit scary. But this one was at the Kagoshima Open Air Museum, which has like interior exhibits, but also outside sculpture exhibits. You can see there's another MIZUKI art piece there that they're using for this pamphlet. Here's the flyer, which includes a page from the. This is from Gado, actually. So it's not from the Kashihon, but not too far after. So it's one of the various versions that MIZUKI did of the birth of Kitaro. He did a couple different versions, but they had this actual page there, and they had a lot of pages from the Kashihon era. So I felt very lucky to be able to see those pages. And they had pages from later stuff, of course, but those are the pages I think that I was probably most excited about. I was also pretty excited to see a lot of the stuff from his early years, like when he was a kid, before he went off to war. The pretty large museum, not huge, but it took me a pretty good amount of time to get through everything. They had 2 areas, one upstairs and one downstairs near the end, where you could take photos, which I will share. I'm probably sharing them here right now as I talk. Of course, as I got to the end, I was hoping, please have stuff. I want to get some stuff because the last time that I went, that when it came to Kumamoto, and like I said, it was very yokai focused, they had tons of stuff, but they only accepted cash at that time. And I had a limited amount of cash, but I did get some pins and I got a couple of things. My cat is now playing with plastic bag, as they do. So I'm going to show you some of the stuff that I got. I got this book, which says MIZUKI Shigeru Wagamichi no Tatsujin. In other words, he was an expert at finding and going his own way, you know? He was a frontiersman of sorts in the arts world. I can't believe that it's been 10 years since he passed. But I wanted this because it has various people talking about certain of his works, including Hakaba and Gegege no Kitaro, Nonnonba and Nonnonba Toore, his war record when he was in New Guinea, and so like his war comics, is actually his like after he had found success doing Akuma-kun, Kitaro, Terebi-kun, all these characters. Yeah, I should also mention like Kappe no Sanpe. Kappa no Sanpe, yeah. Oh, this also has Akuma-kun and Sanpe, Kappa no Sanpe. That he went back and told the war stories he wanted to tell. Early in his Pashihon career, he told war stories that publishers wanted him to tell, which were definitely not the same kind of stories that he wanted to tell, in which he mostly showed the horrors of war and how it was not necessarily a heroic undertaking, but a huge waste of human life. So I wanted to get this because I am not a Mizuki expert as much as, I love what he achieved, set out to achieve, the interests that I share with this amazing man. I'm not an expert. There are experts in the English-speaking world that I can name. Zach Davison being a big one because he actually has met with the man and has translated several of his works. I mean, I don't think you can get closer to a person than translating their works into another language. That can bring you pretty close into the interior world of a creator. Not everything about the person, but definitely gives you a very special kind of insight that you get, which is deeper than just reading and appreciating and researching someone's history. So, total respect there, and so grateful that he's out there working, very hard to bring Mizuki's works to a wider audience. That's just amazing stuff. I got this, which is like an encyclopedia, and I like this kind of thing because it's kind of like a Cliff's Notes to series. You can flip through. What I found is like when I was looking for stories about Oni or mermaids, is like I had to flip through like volumes and volumes of Kitaro works and stuff like that. But if you have like a cheater's guide like this, which is just kind of picks up a lot of different themes and shows you which stories that you should look at. I like having something like that to jog my memory. As if you follow this channel, you know that my memory is not the best. It's not the best. Of course, the first thing when I walked into the shop that I was so glad that they had this, the catalog. It's thin, but the stuff that's in here, because it's got like his like a picture book here, and just some of this is something he did much later in life, but just the line work and the layout and the balance is just amazing. I mean, this is seriously a true, he's a true artist. He really had a sense, a unique sense and vision and way of bringing it to the world. And I love these pieces with just, mostly it's just leaves and things, but it's like a bug's world. And I just love like how the leaves and everything look. It's got the pieces that I saw with the naked eye, which I'm so glad to have seen, like the original. For, this image has been used in his works a million billion times, but this is like the original one that he directly drew with. And this has a lot of his original stuff. And if you look at the kind of thing that he painted and stuff when he was a kid, you can already see he had a very specific sense that he carried throughout his life and career. Like, I mean, if you look at those leaves, you can see the same thing that I just showed you in that picture book. And just not afraid to take on huge tasks. I can't really like show you because that would probably get me in trouble. But so many, I feel like I got a much deeper appreciation of his skills. I'd seen his artwork many times, many different illustrations. I knew he had many assistants that went on to become masters in their own right. But, if you look early on, you can see that regardless of how good his assistants were, they would not nearly be as good if they hadn't worked for him, because it's 100% his vision, his lines, his pushing the boundaries of what you can do with line and with the G pen, and then even the smaller fine line pen that really made him something special. Like, he really had a great sense. I've tried I've like traced over his stuff and inked using a digital tool, basically tracing, and it was quite a challenge. It was quite a challenge to keep that same dynamic line going with such precision. It doesn't look precise. Oh, but it is. Like it looks like naturalist almost. It's nothing like Charles Burns' lines, which are almost mechanical. Each line is full of dynamic life, like each line is bursting with life, waiting to be set free from the page. And so he does what a good artist does, is he experimented, he pushed, and he found his way. He found his thing, and he, also like any good artist did, like Tezuka did, he took in tons of influences, tons of artistic influences, literary influences, folklore influences, comics influences, including lots of American comics that he got through his father's connection to the GHQ. I was really glad to see original pages from, like I said, the Kashihon era, from the Garo era, and then from the Weekly Boys Comics era. And I don't know if I can put a fine enough point on it, but to say that I have like a much deeper appreciation of what the man could do all the way up to the end of his life, uh, and a much deeper appreciation of what somebody should do who wants to express themselves creatively. So back to the junk. So I asked my daughter if she wanted anything when I went. Is there any character that she specifically liked? She's like, well, I don't really care that much about Kitaro, but I loved Kitaro's dad. So I got her this sticker. I got these stickers. They're probably for like small calendars, but I just love the idea of things being simplified to a small space. And so these kind of things inspire me because I like making little icons and such, personal and work. I got a set of 6 postcards, this showing you can see the paper, you can see the original coloring and everything. More later, finer work. So this was one of the covers he did for Shonen magazine. What they said in the exhibition was that they never really told him what they wanted for the covers. They just let him go, and they just can't wait to see what he comes up with. And he always came up with something interesting. The 7 Lucky Gods. So other pieces there. And then, this is one of the pieces that features a lot of different characters. I wanted more of these type, postcards where they showed the original pages, but the catalog did a pretty good job. What else did I get? I got a little pen with the pen thing, which is Metamoyaji. I thought, she might like that. We'll find out when she comes home in a little bit. I got her a safety little keychain thing that you put on your bag because it's reflective, so it's easier to see at night. Something I worry about. I got one for myself because I love Neko Musume, and regardless of the fact that the original Neko Musume and the current Neko Musume are quite different, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with the evolution of characters to fit their time, I wouldn't want current Superman comics to still be drawing the Kurt Swan Superman necessarily, seeing a bunch of different versions of Superman and then being able to create my own favorite version in my head. I think that's the best way to do it. The best way to deal with such thing. I got this is an onomatopoeia key holder, sound effect. This says "ge, ge, 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 no ge" on it, and I love that. That's great. Just the words "ge, ge, ge, no ge" from the theme song. I got myself a badge here, which looks like earlier days illustration. Got this pin for my daughter. Let's hope she hangs on to that. This one for myself. Neko Musume, of course. I used to have 2 other pins. I think I still have one. The problem with pins, if you want to actually put them on things like your bags and stuff, there's a good chance you're going to lose them. I bought special backs so that they wouldn't be lost so easily. But still, I'm not 100% sure that I still have all my Neko Musume pins. They were the classic Neko Musume like this one. You know what? My favorite Neko Musume is when she's showing her sharp teeth, especially when she sees sees some fish or something, and she she turns to a cat. That's my favorite. And also, her nemesis kind of is the rat guy, Nezumi Otoko. And so I myself have a long history with rats. It's one of my nicknames from a long time ago. That's another story for another day. I didn't get a lot of clear file folders this time, but I wanted this one. It does have Nekomusme on it. It's got Bugbeard and some other stuff on here. I kind of like it. So I got that. At the counter where you buy your stuff, they had a couple of different lottery type things. One was you could win a huge Medama Oyaji, the big eye, Kitaro's dad, plushie. If I would have won that, I would have given it to my daughter. But I got the booby prize, which is actually like, if I didn't get a Medama Oyaji, either the big one or the medium size, this is what I wanted, which is the little echo bag here, canvas bag. And it also came with a clear file folder. So, I'd give that to my daughter. Might keep it for myself. Not sure. We'll see. They also had this, which was a set of stickers, but also like lottery style. You don't know what you're getting, okay? And so I bought one, and this is the one I bought. They each have different art on the back, but I bought this one, and I opened it up, and I found out that this is number 3. There's 11 different ones, and this is number 3, Gegege no Kitaro Part 1 of the stickers. It's got a lot of, great panels and such. So I was like, actually, that's pretty cool. And there were only 3 more left. So I was like, just give me the rest. And so I bought the rest. There was 3 more. You have to pull them from the string, and that's why it kind of tears like that. This is the back listing the different versions. I love this cover part, this gold foil Medama Oyaji. So yeah, I was happy to get this. But I'm going to untie it because I don't want to rip it anymore. I don't want to rip these other bags that I have. Why would you? Why would you want to? So I got this. I got these 3, and I haven't looked at them yet, so we're going to look at them together. They have different art on the back, nature scenes, basically. They all have Medama Oyaji on the front. Let's see what this first one is. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, this is Hakaba Kitaro, the Kashihon version, and this is the secret one. So this is the one that they didn't show. This is number 2, Hakaba no Kitaro, the secret one. So they showed at the counter, they showed a bunch of the versions, but this version they did not show. And wow, great. If I'm only going to get 4 of these, I'm actually really glad to get this one. That's one. That's pretty cool. Happy with that one. I'm going to be happy with all these. Even if I get doubled, I'll fit, Okay, and this one's Hakaba no Kitaro 1. So this is also Hakaba Kitaro. So, oh, great. Oh, yes. I love that panel. Taken directly from an American comic. And you've got a little red guy there and Hakaba Kitaro. And yeah, great. And these are in color. Nice. Love it. I'm wondering, I don't know if this is the fact that I'm thinking that these glow in the dark. So, tasting. All right, what do we got? Last one. Ooh, it's flash. Oh no, it's clear. Oh wow, and so what's this one? This one is Kappa no Sanpei, the Sunday version. And so it's got the Kappa and the Tanuki. Oh wow, these are nice. Really like these. I have no idea where I would, when you get really nice stickers, like this sticker, it's got the whole sticker. It's got just the river. It's got just the characters. So you can stick them, I guess, however you like. But when you have really nice stickers, like I got some Tomie stickers. I don't know where to put them. I just, but I don't just want to keep them in a collection. I think stickers should be used And I'd much rather wear a pin proudly on my hat or bag and lose it than just have it, hiding away in uh, in something, like I have a kind of a tackle box, which I have a bunch of my pins in. And every once in a while, I like to switch out the pins that I have. Oh, you want to play with this? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You want to play? Yes, you do. Oh, I had an idea. He said like he named. Oh, baby, can I? Let's go. So I had this idea about like what would it be like to see the world through his glasses, and about wouldn't that make an interesting story to have like a pair of glasses from this kind of well-known uh, weird comic creator, weird used in the sense of things dealing with the supernatural, the occult, stuff like this. I think that would be interesting. One of the things I like about Mizuki Sensei, he definitely had a philosophy. Just like Matsumoto Leiji had a philosophy, and it comes through in how he lived his life and also the comics that he created. You can definitely see a difference between the comics that he made basically for hire and the stuff that he did that was truly from himself. He definitely lived through war, lost his left arm. Hey, kitty. As a result of that war. Hey, Faith. She has a sixth sense. Like if there's something between my eyes and, if there's something here that I'm looking at, there's space here. She wants to fill that space. It's like, no, me, look at me. Yeah, I'm looking at you, baby. So I think as a personal mission of mine, I would like to dig deeper into what his philosophy is, not just of yokai and other worlds, but in his kind of, he worked hard so that he could relax hard. Is kind of, he wanted everybody to take it easy and be good to each other. But I'd like to take a deeper dive. So I think for the time being, I'm going to be looking into more of his works, digging in, and I may or may not make some videos of that stuff. We'll see. It depends on what I uncover. But just if you've only taken like a surface look at what he has to offer, if you only look at the video that I've made before where I talk about his American comics influences, I feel like it's barely scratching the surface. So if you ever get a chance to see his early stuff or like his like pages that he drew directly, wow, definitely take that chance. Like if this exhibition comes to Kumamoto, and there's no guarantee that it will, but if it comes to Kumamoto or if it comes somewhere that I have access to, it's going in Kagoshima through September. But if later on, if the exhibition finds itself somewhere that I happen to be, yeah, I'm definitely going to check it out again. But anyway, that's my advice. If you ever get any chance to see somebody like Mizuki, who put uh, a lot of themselves into their work, whether it's fine art, comic art, whatever. Yeah, go for it. Please take a look and see what it awakens within you. Because as much as I love uh, the stories that I've read in comics and things, the media itself and the people who made the comics also like speak to me in a way that other artists don't. That
Guys, I realized as I was editing this video that I still had more to say. Just two things. One is, and they're connected. One is I've never been so overwhelmed with such a sense of wonder. Not wander, wonder. With such a sense of wonder as I was wandering around the exhibition. Uh, it just, wow, it overwhelmed me. It overtook my senses, and I can only hope, I can only dream that I can inspire a fraction, a tiny fraction of wonder in somebody, in my creations, in comparison. The other thing was I've never uh, walked through an exhibition where I was so, you know, seriously intent on studying all the works. Okay, but that's not the full sentence. The full sentence is I've never been. Uh, I don't even know how to put this. Uh, I was smiling through the whole damn thing. Okay, I could not keep the smile off my face. I was like, I'm still smiling. I was smiling through the whole thing. That is never, that's not a thing. Like, and I'm, yeah, sure, maybe in general, I'm a smiley guy. But like in an exhibition, I'm usually like very focused, and very intent. But I was still focused and intent with a big old grin on my face. It was nuts. So anyway, I just wanted to add those two things. And just an extra layer level of expressing my appreciation to the genius of Mizuki Shigeru. Uh, Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time on Gaijin Guy.